Hi, this is Gry Sinding, and welcome to the first podcast of Launch It Fierce. So, why the name Launch It Fierce? I believe that launching is the most fun part of being an entrepreneur. You launch your new website, you launch your new webinar, you launch your new online course, your one on one. You always going to launch something to get it out to your clients. And it's the hardest part, especially when it's the first time you do it. I know I tried to sell my products for 2 years. I went from zero to a zero clients in 2 years. I couldn't make it. I didn't understand how to sell. I didn't understand how to get through to people. But when I started launching and launching online, especially, I went from zero clients to several thousand in less than 18 months. I went from zero income where I actually had to get help from the government to feed myself and my kids. So I went from zero to $1 million within 18 months, just learning how to use online marketing, how to launch my first webinar, how to launch my first online course, how to launch my first website. Everything, when you do it the first time, it can be pretty hard. So I think that launching has got a bad reputation, but that is also what gets us to have new amazing clients, to do new amazing things, to help more people. So I want you to love marketing and love launching. I would call this podcast I freaking love marketing, but that is also taken by my good friend Joe Polish. So if you haven't heard that podcast, you gotta hear it. I love marketing is one of my favorite podcasts. I hope this one, Launch It Fierce, is going to be one of your favorites. And we are going to cover the launching of a website, a webinar, everything you need to do to grow your audience and to make marketing fun. Selling should be fun because you get to help more people, right? Okay, today you are in the right place. If you want to reach more people with your message, if you want to have more time for yourself to serve your clients at the same time as you have time off, is that possible? Heck yeah, it is if you're doing the online marketing way. I want you to learn how to better serve your audience with online courses. I love online courses because also what I'm going to teach you is a method for online courses so you don't have to do the same thing over and over again. If you're good at what you do, you get the same questions all over again. Like, how do you get your opt-in so good? Or how do you get to do this? And how do you get to do that? And you probably have the same 20 top questions from all of your audience, right? And if you do an online course, you don't have to do that. You can answer those top questions in an online course. And then if you want to do one-on-one with them later on, you can do that. But then you have answered all the basic questions. So what are we going to cover today? We are going to cover the 5 tips on how to launch an online course before you actually make it. Yes, we sell it before we make it. That's the smart way to do it. Before I start to go into the content, this is just going to be a tiny little flavor, my best tips on how to launch it before you go online. And in this podcast, we will cover in deeper and deeper and deeper how you can launch better, faster, more efficient, more profitable as we go. As you might hear, I have an accent. I am Norwegian, so I have a very bad accent. I hope you find it cute because if you're going to be here, you're going to kind of be annoyed by all the mistakes, the grammar mistakes that I make. But I hope that the content I'm working on, the content being so good that you just got to come back over and over again. Okay, so we're going to deep dive. 5 tips how to launch an online course before you make it. Why do you want to sell it before you make it? Because if you spend a heck of a lot of time on doing all the courses, the course is structured, the course is content, everything you need in it, and you don't know if it sells, you are wasting your time. So I always check in with my clients. I survey them what they need, and then I sell it. And then I make the course. I'll get back to that. Because I think the mistake number one is that you will sell something you know that you're really good at, that you love to teach, but it might not be necessarily what your dream clients wants to buy. So I've seen so many of my clients start to build an online course, spend like 1 month, 2 months, maybe 3 months before they launch it. And then nobody wants it. It's not what the clients want. So I always test the sales page out before. The first version is never the best anyway. So before you go out there and make an online course with a lot of bells and whistles, you just want to make sure that this is what they need. This is the results they want, and this is how you're going to help them. The first version, I always make version 1, 2, 3 first. So I make the first version live with them, and then the second one, I make the content awesome, and at the third time, that's when I add all the prettiness that's looking good and professional, but you don't need it the first time. Doing a beta version ensures the quality. That's why I do 1, 2, and 3 before. So let me ask you this. Why should you make an online course? Think about it. Why should you make an online course? My best reason is it gives you the freedom, the time and the money freedom. You can help many people at the same time. And doing that in an online course is just genius. On my online courses, I schedule it for once a year. But the first time I make them, I always schedule them 3 times that first year. So I can make it more professional, better, faster, and give more value. So, and in the third or fourth time, you've done it so many times that you could put it on an evergreen, and that gives you time and the money. It also gives you more value, or not you. It will actually give your client more value. Your dream clients will have more value than if they work with you one-on-one. They can see it, they can learn, they can do the exercises, and you don't have to be there holding their hand. So you actually give more value to your dream clients. If you should deliver, when I do an online course, let's say it has 4 modules and 3 videos and a lot of exercises. I love to give exercises for the most growth. Well, that would take me like 20 hours one-on-one, and now I can deliver it in one-to-many. So that's why it's more value. So the 5 tips on how to launch your online course before you make it. My first tip is that you start with solving the client's problem. So not what you're good at. Like I said, that's mistake number 1. Not what you're good at, but that you find out what is the problem your clients have. And it's probably the same questions you get all over and over again. So I want you to be your client's solution. Even if I do an event, if I do an online course, or whatever I do, I ask my clients, what's your biggest issue right now? Regarding what you know, of course. So if you're not doing online marketing, for example, you do help your clients with jewelry, or you to make them pretty, or you help your clients with coaching one-on-one. I want you to ask your clients, what's your biggest issue? Is it to find that perfect necklace for work, or is it to give the perfect gift? What's your biggest problem? And then you will be their solution. Many of my clients tells me, but somebody already did this. Well, that's a good thing. If there's somebody already done this before you, that means that there's a market for it. You just bring your perspective of it. That's what people pay you for, to bring your perspective on it, your solution. So make sure that you have many competitors, because if you do, you know there is a market for it. Many people tell me that, my clients tell me, but there's so many of us, like, for example, coaches. There's so many consultants. There's so many clients. I know they are. Do you say there are or there is? I'm not sure. There are so many competitors, and that means there is a market. Now you just have to make sure that you add you to it, that you add the best version of you. If you're, for example, a coach and you don't want to be the one that sells energy, there's like everybody is selling energy and happiness. Be the one that solves a specific problem. So to be specific of that client problem, instead of selling, for example, energy, if you're a coach or everyone wants to have energy, be the one that solves the problem for them. That could be like, my biggest problem is that I'm fighting with my kids and husband. So when I finally go to bed, I can't sleep and I get up and I just hardly, I'm so tired, I can't get up in the morning. Your solution could be that I am the one that helps you jump out of bed and be super happy or get the energy. What you be selling would be the solution to that. So find a specific problem, add your genius to it, because people love to buy from people. They don't love to buy products. They love to buy from people they love. So make sure that you know what is your talents, your genius, and what you are bringing to that party. You don't have to have a PhD, but you have to be specific to that one problem people have. Don't be generic. If you're generic, you're going to blend it with anyone else. Be super specific. My second tip for you is give your best for free. Yes, you heard this before, give the best for free, but I really mean it. Don't ever hold back. Building your list is more important than actually the sales you will give. And also, I would say that when you're giving your top stuff, you will build your list. I never hold back, and so many times what I'm giving for free is a part of the product. I don't give away the step 1, 2, and 3, and 4. But if you look at my site, you will see that my product plan for a launch is out there. This is a part of my course. Of course it is. It's a very big part of my course. But in the course, I deep down into every freaking step you have to do. I tell you what to do, when to do it, how many days it is between. I tell you the tiny details that will increase your sales. That one is not in the PDF that you can download at grysinding.com/1. You will see that. If you go to that downloadable, you will have my whole product plan, which is awesome. It's also a part of my course. So give as much as you can, and give it so much that you go like, can I really do this? And yes, you can. If you add that to your course, it should be a part of your course. You shouldn't add it to a course. It should be a basic part of your course. Give so much that it really, you go, oh, is this too much? Then it's exactly the amount. Why is building your list the most important thing, not the sales? I want you to think long term. That building your list is building a long-term relationship. Not everybody is going to buy after 10 days. Like most people are not going to buy after 10 days. But building that relationship, those who are on your list that's not buying this time, they will actually be your marketers or maybe come back for you later. So that's why I always giving the best away for free. I don't use my homepage to sell. I give free stuff away. I give my best stuff on my homepage. But the selling is done through, you got it, the email list. It's the emails. The email is building the relationship. So when you do your emails, you just make sure that you're giving even more stuff for free, and more and more and more. If you follow me, if you download the PDF I made for you, the launching plan, you go to grysinding.com/1 you will see that you go to my podcast blog, and there's the download. And if you get to that, I'm going to send you emails saying, hello, this is me. Here you got free stuff, more stuff to ensure that your launching is profitable, your launching is fun, your launching will be easy. And then you might come back after a year, say, wow, it's time to buy that course. But if not, it's not a big deal. If you're happy and coming back, time after time, you're going to talk to other people. And that's what I want you to do as well. Build your list. Be the one that's giving away with no holding back, and people will talk about you, and you will build your list, and you will increase the people you help. The third tip how to do your first online course is to keep it super simple. What do I mean by super simple? I only make the sales page. I make the sales page and I do the sales, and then I teach online. What do I mean? I don't buy the platform to host a course. I don't make the content before. The only thing I do with the content is to solve one problem at a time. And then we solve that on a call where I do a presentation, and then an open Q&A at the end. So I make sure to have all the questions that my audience have. And I keep it small. The first one I normally take from 0 to 50 people on it. So I make sure that everyone get one-on-one with me, that everybody can talk to me on the calls. Because then I will know what they don't understand. I get to know what I need to add to that presentation. I get to know what I need to add to the exercises. So when they have been on the training, they've done the exercises, I have a Q&A call after and just ask them, what was missing? How can we improve this? How can I help you even more? So each module I would do live. So I make sure that I don't buy the Kajabi new or the hosting for the course. I don't add the bells and whistle. I just solve one small problem at a time for each module. And then I do it over a period of 3 to 4 weeks with the same thing. And then I sit down and make the course. I test the water. I test the idea. I sell it. Then I go and do it. So you want to have the cash in the bank and the clients before you sit down to create a course. Is it stressful? Of course, doing new stuff. Just hosting a webinar was new to me, so that was stressful. But I was more excited about learning new stuff and launching it and selling and doing one email selling for $10,000 was just exciting. And then creating the course was fun because I got to help them. I got to know them really well. So when I then launched my second version of the course, it was filmed in ScreenFlow, and then I hosted it. I didn't make that fancy PowerPoint till the third one. So I made a simple PowerPoint with black and white, and then I added all the logo, the fun stuff, the pretty cheat sheets and stuff on the third version. And those who were on the first beta version, because many of my clients ask, won't they get, angry with you because it's not done? No, they were super happy. The beta version was super happy that they get the second version for free, the third version for free, and they could ask me questions all along. So they were super happy, and every one of them ended up as my testimonials and was like, oh, I can't believe I got that much feedback from her. So they will be happy being your test client. The third tip is to find your platform. There are so many options. And what kind of platform I'm talking about? I'm talking about the marketing. Where do you market? Because you don't want to go on Pinterest, on Google+, on YouTube, on, oh my goodness, Periscope. There's so many. Instagram, WordPress. Test this. There's just too many. So what I am doing always, I find my sweet spot. Where are my clients? And what do I think is fun already? To me, it's Facebook. I love Facebook. I just love Facebook. I make maybe 90% of my income is from Facebook. I post on Facebook my free stuff. I put ads on them, and then I get them to my list, and we start connecting there. I have a few stuff on podcasts now. I love podcasts as well, but most of my clients are still coming from Facebook. So make sure if you do a podcast or you do Instagram or you do Google Plus or you do webinars, whatever you do, make it fun for both you and make sure that your clients are there already. Because when you do that, you can find marketing fun. If you love being on Facebook and you find it fun to get your clients there, then it's easier. If you love doing podcasts like this, it's easier because you find it fun. And marketing should be fun. It's just communication between you and your best friend, you and your best future client. And if that's a communication that's not fun, you have to adjust. It's just to adjust it. My number 5 tip is to sell before you make it. You heard me, and I'm going to say it again. You should wait. I just use a few modules on GoToWebinar. I have in the sales page, I have what we will cover and what results they will get. And then I'll just do live calls with them, make a presentation for every week, and it's fun. You get to know your dream client. You don't have to sit all by yourself and figure it out. Your dream clients will help you create the best course because you will get them results. You will help them solve their problems instead of sitting by your computer all by yourself and wondering what they need. You will just now small problems at a time and just build it as you go it. I also survey my students. So the first beta versions, I just make sure that I survey them each and every module. Each time we met, I'll just send them a short survey. How was it? What did you learn? What was the best? What would you like more of? Where are you stuck now? How can I help? Just survey them. That's how you make your best online course, and you turn it into the best version, like the evergreen version when you've done the first one live, the second one when you actually use ScreenFlow. At least that's what, if you have a Mac, you use ScreenFlow, and then there's so many ways you can do it, but what I do is to film my ScreenFlow, no, my Keynote or PowerPoint. I record that, and then I make cheat sheets and questionnaires to make sure that they have the results. And in the third version, you can make the pretty slides, the logo, the bells and whistles. But you're turning your knowledge into action is by taking the step 1, 2, and 3. If you can launch that 3 times a year, what I did, I launched it 3 times for 1 year, and we made over $600,000 in a year because we just turned the same course and made it better and better and better and have more and more people talking about it. You can download my project plan for the online course on Gry, that's Gry. I know it's spelled weird, but my mom and dad did not give me an international name. I'm sorry about that. It's grysinding.com/1, and you can download my project plan for your first online course and make it fun. If you've never done an online course, this is going to help you so much, and I am excited for you. I want you to put that on your dream list for 2016, or your action list actually, or your goal, because it will bring you so many fun people to work with. I'm sure it will free up your time. What I love most about doing online courses is that today I'm sitting in Oslo. Next week I am in Chamonix. The third week I will be back in New York. And all the time I'm just helping people from all continents. It gives me the freedom to travel. It gives me the freedom financially. It gives me the freedom of time. And that is exactly what I want for you as well. So let me hear in the comment field, when are you planning your first online course? And if you have one, link to it below. I am sure that my listeners in Norway, in the US, and England, and all over the world would love to see what you're up to. Online courses are coming, has been growing so much, and they're here to stay. And it's such a beautiful way to teach and to learn. I am an online course freak. I have taken hundreds of them, and I would love to see yours. Have a great day. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you next week.